In the building, it is your boy on the radio, Mr. Rocky Prop, Rookie Bets, with your boy, Double Down Dan, back at it again for the fucking stream, boys. Listen, we back, we ready to rock. Had a fucking, Dan, we had a week.
It was a tough week.
Yep,
tough week.
Go
ahead.
This is our legitimacy week, basically, guys. So, like, we've been so hot, like, I'm honestly not upset about it. Because, it's legitimacy week. So we did not do too hot on our parlays this week, and that is totally okay.
Yeah, absolutely.
And I'm hyped to get into it. Because I'm the newer better out of us two. Dan's been betting for a long time. I recently got into it within the last 4 months, and your boy's been pretty hot for a new start. But I made a mistake in my betting over the weekend because I got a little overzealous. So we're going to talk about that a little bit. Yep. Just like something that can help you guys too. So like that's one thing too in life. If you make a mistake, it's only a mistake if you don't learn from it. Mm-hmm. And so this is something that probably I will never do again. Should we just hop into it straight off the bat with talking about that?
Let's roll, baby. Let's be accountable here.
All right. So listen. Let's be accountable here. So I had some parlays ripping. Do you want to know how many parlays I had? I had 9. I had 9 parlays ripping. Some of them were 3 legs. Some of them are 4 legs, and I had a couple 5-leggers, okay?
Yep.
A lot of them had teams to win.
Yes.
And I did so well on one parlay, which was a 6-leg. I took Dallas. I took Arizona. And I took San Fran.
Yep.
And I took Baltimore.
Easy money.
Okay?
Easy money.
And then I had... What line did I... Who's the player? I had a player prop. I had Kyron for an anytime touchdown.
Ugh.
And then I had
so sick.
This is what fucked up every parlay. So this is the mistake you don't want to do. So going forward, your boy Rocky Prop, Rookie Bets, Rocky Savo learned do not add one player to every fucking parlay because all it takes is for that one player to fuck up your parlay. But the only reason why I didn't really think about it like that is because I got overzealous because that one player happened to be the best running back in the NFL, Mr. Great White Hope, Christian McCaffrey.
The Great White Hope.
He needed, what was it, 87 yards, 89 yards or something?
Mm-hmm.
And he was at 63 in the second quarter, I believe.
Yep.
And I was like, oh, we're lit. I had him for his rushing yards.
Oh, yeah.
I had him for an anytime touchdown.
Yep.
So what we were looking at was Christian McCaffrey was, I think you said 2 touchdowns or 1 touchdown away from tying Jerry Rice for the all-time Niners scoring record for a season.
Yep.
And everybody, Dan, like you were saying, everybody had McCaffrey at least for a touchdown. Yep. And his line was low. And it's crazy because he's been so healthy all year. But what fucked me up was I had some parlays that didn't hit anyway. But the one main one I had, the 6-legger with I had Arizona to beat the fucking Eagles, which a lot of people wouldn't take. The odds were great. The parlay was clean until Christian McCaffrey left the game in the second or third quarter with the fucking calf injury while the Niners are in the red zone. And I'm like, is that Elijah Mitchell? I'm like, where's Christian McCaffrey? And so it turns out they get the red zone fucking attempt. Elijah Mitchell just strolls into the end zone. Just pretty much like granny crawled into the end zone. And I'm like, oh, that would have been McCaffrey's anytime touchdown. I'm like, oh, whatever. He's probably just, I saw him taping him up. They're taping up his calf. And I'm like, oh, he'll be fine. Yep. And rightfully so, because, whatever the fuck, doesn't matter if you're betting sports or not. A team's going to do what's in their best interest. They don't give a fuck about any of us fantasy owners, any of us sports bettors.
Nope.
McCaffrey's not looking too hot. I'm not going to keep him in the game 2 weeks before the playoffs and fucking risk losing him for the entire playoffs. So they sat him for the rest of the game, and there went not only one parlay, which was my biggest parlay, but I'm looking back at my slips and I'm like, oh my God, I added Christian McCaffrey to every parlay. 3 of them hit minus Christian McCaffrey. And then whatever the remaining is out of 9, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 5 of them, I think I had who did I have to win? I think I added an Eagles one to win and another one and a couple other different things. I had Miami for one because you were talking Miami.
Yep.
And it was a rough night. So yeah, we didn't want one. We always talked about, because it's weird because like usually if you're coming out doing sports betting streams, like we're like, you don't really intend on talking about misses, but we were so hot. We agreed to ourselves, like, we're going to try to set ourselves apart from everyone and not just be like, look at us hitting, that when we have misses, we're going to talk about it.
Yep.
This week we got wrecked, and that's okay. Cause it's,
I wouldn't even call it right. Let's not call it.
All right. Let's not,
because we were,
hey,
listen, hey, if you want to pop it up while I talk, that's great. But we were 7-8 and yeah, 1, we want to be accountable. 2, we're not fucking assholes, first and foremost. Second, here's the thing, and you're gonna get trapped like this sometimes. And this is, you cue the conspiracy music here. Let's have a little conversation. Christian McCaffrey to score 1 touchdown last week was minus 501 on all sports books. The perfect parlay fodder. You need a little another leg to get you to 5 or 4 or whatever the fuck you think it's a guarantee. And then in the second quarter, you see that he's getting taped up as he's running on the sidelines. Here, the NFL is an entertainment. It's entertainment first and foremost. Entertainment. Okay, if you think for 1 second that a sports book couldn't call the NFL and be like, hey, we got a lot of juice on it. We got a lot of cash on this fucking Christian McCaffrey. A lot of shit tied to Christian McCaffrey. If you think for a second that a book couldn't call the NFL and be like, hey, make a call to San Francisco. Let's make sure he doesn't get in the end zone. Because here's the thing. When San Francisco's inside the 5-yard line, they were there, I think, twice while McCaffrey was not injured. And how many times do they not run McCaffrey when they're inside the 5-yard line to get a touchdown? It's rare.
Every game this season.
It's very rare for him not to get at least a touch. And we were going through and he wasn't getting a touch inside the 5. So that's when you get a little fucking nervous. But let's talk about it in a broader spectrum here. You never want to have exposure to a player that is minus 501. Okay. You don't want to do it. Like, put him on a couple parlays. Yeah. You would never take that line straight up. And I'm a huge believer in, if you're not going to take the line straight up, do not play it. Okay. That's just going to be, that's your advice from Uncle Dan over here. You got to be careful. If you're not going to play it straight up, do not put it on a parlay.
I'm gonna pop these up so people can. Oh, we don't have our names at it anyway. Yeah. And I learned that the hard way. Obviously it was like minus 501, whatever the case may be. And
minus 500. That means you got to bet $500 to make 100 on that. And that's never. And I talked a few of my friends out of putting that on parlays for that reason. I thought,
well, thanks for talking to your co-host, bud.
Yeah, I should. I got a lot of people I talk to every day that are asking me for fucking picks and shit. So yeah, it's tough sometimes. Next time we did have a frank conversation though. And it's hard once you've been really kicking the shit out of a book for the last month, like Rocky and I have. He comes in, he's hot, he's hitting. We had a conversation. He was like, I'm ready to not ever fucking bet another game ever again. And you know what? It happens. And it's the same thing I told him. Listen, parlays are great. They multiply your profit. It's fantastic. But when you stop hitting them, it also multiplies your losses. Okay. So that's why effectively we're taking straight ups too. You notice how we don't have preset parlays for these fucking picks on screen. Take these picks straight up And had you played all 15 of these picks straight up, you would have lost $100. If you're betting $100 units, you would have been down $100. And that's okay. That happens. It's sports betting. You're going to lose. But you just have to win more than you lose. And right now we're winning more than we lose. So it's going to be okay. We'll get back on the horn this week. But if you're taking,
what was our current record before this week? It was 43 and 7, right?
We were 43 and 7 or 43 and 8, something like that.
43 and 7. And so as of this week, that makes us 7, and that makes us 50 and 14.
Okay, 15, so I got 8 here. I got 43 and 8.
So 50 and 16.
So that would make us 50 and 16. Still a solid record. It's not going to. Hey, listen. As long as we maintain what we're looking for, and just to key you guys in, what we're looking for is to hit from 58 to 60% of these bets. If we end up at 60% at the end of the year, we're lit. You guys are millionaires. Like, you guys are making fucking money, hand over fist. Okay. If we hit 58, we're making money. That's all that matters. If we go under 58, I count it as a losing year, and I don't have fucking losing years. Okay. So this is a minor speed bump.
I'm going to look up the percentage, even with the worst week we've had on record. It says 58 out of 6. That's not right. It says 362%.
Yeah.
No, that's 58 out of 16.
Yeah.
58 and 16.
So it would be what you do is you total. I'm going to give you a little math lesson here. So you go 50. Sorry, hold on. Wait. So that put us at 50 plus 16. So you do 50 divided by 66, and that'll give you a 75%.
So we're hitting at a 75% clip as of week 4 of documenting all our picks and doing the show, which I'm confident in. So let's roll through some of the picks that we hit on this week, some of the picks that we didn't. So the early window we had on Thursday, Trevor Siemian, Joe Flacco, and Joe Flacco again for. Let me drop this down so we can see it along the bottom. Joe Flacco for over 233.5. He absolutely blew that out of the water. Trevor Siemian and Joe Flacco each for a pick. That hit for both of them.
Breece Hall.
Recap all our hits. Breece Hall hit for 84 yards, and so he cleared that by about 44 yards. What else? We had Jared Goff for under 1.5 rushing yards, and I never had seen that line before. And Dan and I were like, what? We've never really seen that line for a running back, for a quarterback. And we were like, should we play? And he was like, you're playing the Dallas defense. A sack's going to keep him in the minus. Let's run that. So we hit that. And then over to your fucking right, Jahmyr Gibbs hit a little bit of this. He hit a Jared Goff with 0 yards on the receiving end. So Gibbs had a down week. When you ride people like that too, like we were riding Gibbs for past 3 weeks?
Yeah.
They're down. They're bound to have a week off, and we were unfortunately tied to his week off, but that's just part of the game. Dak Prescott threw for 345 yards.
Smash that line.
Insane. Bijan Robinson, I'm never touching in fantasy football or on a sports bet ever again in my life.
Yeah, I learned my lesson on Bijan. I'll never roster him again on anything. Yep.
Unless Bijan gets traded to a different team, which he will not. I'm not touching him.
No, frankly, I don't think he's got. No, I'll never touch him again. Not until he proves to be more.
Do I have a different display so I can pop this up? We had Kyren Williams for over 94.5 yards. He had 87. He had 3 rushing touchdowns. 3.
I mean, he had a day. He had a fucking day. I mean, anytime touchdown, I believe we gave that out too, but anytime touchdown cash pretty easily.
Anytime touchdown was easy.
20 carries, great. Hit that line by the hook.
Hit that one.
I love that.
And that one got our Christmas hat. That's the one we were most confident in.
Yeah, we knew that was gonna hit. The one I want to bring up right now. I'm okay with all these other losses. Patty Mahomes is definitely a shell of his former self. He should have had. I was pretty confident that he was going to go over 271, but again, he'll be with Bijan on the bench next week. He won't be played at all. But the one I really want to touch on is DeAndre Swift. That was probably my most confident pick going into this week or this last week here. And I don't know what the fuck is going on in Philadelphia, but when you can't rush for over 70 yards against the worst rushing defense in the league, you got big fucking problems. So I would be careful. Riding Philly in the playoffs, riding Philly this week. I don't even know if they're going to start anybody of importance, but I'd be careful with them in the playoffs because they're a fucking shell of the former selves here.
They look terrible.
They looked really, really bad. But even then, when they were running, they could run pretty successfully, which was questionable. I don't know what the fuck Nick Sirianni's doing, but he's usually a better game planner than he has been. And he absolutely shit the bed in what was my favorite spot of the week. I mean, I DeAndre Swifted my parlays as much as you fucking McCaffrey'd your parlays. So I lost quite a bit on all of my parlays, basically. Luckily, I did go straight up on a couple, and that Kyron Williams over really fucking saved my ass in a couple places as well.
Yeah, and then when we were talking about never betting again, after that fucking week, I was like, damn, dude. And I wasn't even down that much. I was down like probably like $130 or whatever. And I was just thinking to myself, like, fuck, what am I doing? Like, I don't even know if I want to bet again. And then then I was like, dude, you got to play straights. And for some reason, when he would tell me early on, I didn't really wrap my head around it because, but even though I talked about it on the show, like if you're getting back, even though you bet 10, if you're getting back 15, you're getting back 15. Like that's what's important. And if I play straight bets probably for the past 2 weeks, I'd be up a lot of money. And then I was sitting by myself, don't really have a lot of time to myself. I'm either like running around with my brother's working or doing streams or doing podcasts, got another podcast, working or whatever the fucking case may be. And I finally had a little bit of just alone time. I'm sitting there by myself. I'm a Miami Heat fan. I'm like, you know what? I'm throwing on the fucking Heat game. And I threw a straight bet on Paul George to have over 22.5. And that was the only bet I was placing. I'm like, let's see how it goes. And it hit. And I was like, and I knew, and I felt good about Paul George too. And I was like, all right, maybe that first off, it's just one bet too. If it didn't hit, I might have been like in my arms crying, but no, it hit. And I'm like, you know what? All right. I think I might have just like, because I did not, it's been a minute since I have not hit anything. I looked at every slip and I'm like, damn, it's been a minute since I have not hit anything. So, yeah, definitely gonna be playing more straights coming.
Yeah. Up. So, and not to cut you up, but like, this is why I've been preaching since we've been here. Bankroll management. It is important. Sometimes you get big for your britches, baby. Sometimes you're feeling the fucking heat. You're on that heater. Mm-hmm. You're fucking Dion Waiters out there fucking launching up your 16th three.
Dion.
Dude, you're feeling good, baby. You're fucking scoring. You got 45 points, baby. Nothing's stopping you. And then you go fucking 0 for 12 and you don't score a single point the following game. So here's the thing. We're good. Like a 75% clip is much more, and be aware that this percentage is gonna come down. Like I need you to know that. But if we're smart and we're playing singles like we're supposed to be, and we're managing our bankroll, so we're not throwing 50 and then 12 and then 4 and then 90 and then 6. You gotta manage your bankroll. If you're gonna fucking play it, you got to be able to put a fucking full unit on it. You got to be able, if your unit size is fucking $35 and you don't play that line for $35, you're not exercising bankroll management. That's just how it is. Got to stay uniform. Okay. If you like a spot, you go to double unit, which would be 70 if you're at a 35 unit. Then you throw 70 on it if you're fucking extremely confident in it. Okay. So we got to exercise bankroll management, and we got to know that we're not going to hit 100% of the time. That being said, we're still giving out fucking heat. We're still giving out fucking plays that hit. So stay tuned.
Yeah, and on top of it, it's also tailored into like we're giving these out as like a caveat of having this show, but also like we're doing these regardless. And also that's another thing too. It's the same thing that's like when I coached hockey, I was like, and like you hear a lot of people say, a lot of teachers say, a lot of coaches say, like I would never ask the kids I'm coaching to do something I wouldn't do.
Yep.
So like on this show, we're not like, here's our picks, and we're not placing any bets, and we're not doing whatever the fuck. We place the bets, we ride with you if you ride with us, and if it's at the end of the week, like if you're down money based on our picks,
we're down.
It's never gonna be like, damn, y'all fucked up this week. Fucking Dan and I, we told you to take Trevor Siemian fucking under, and we went over.
Yeah.
It's so we ride everything we say, and basically you're just getting a little window into our world of sports betting. And Dan being a prolifically talented sports bettor, And combining it with sports knowledge of mine and like getting in the fantasy side, which has been cool content. Also, guys, by the way, we've been killing it on TikTok. You guys have been killing the views. So anybody who shares this, huge shout out to you. Killing out on views on reels, and we're posting videos a lot. So we're gonna be trying to do like a video or two a day. And so another thing is we're gonna broaden some of our topics. I was talking to Dan about this over text. I don't think he understood it. We're gonna broaden some of our topics because one thing I noticed is, especially with like content that's supposed to be watchable and listenable, if we post a video from a stream we did on a Thursday on Sunday, no one's going to give a fuck because the game already happened. If we talk about picks that we're doing, that's basically the whole stream. No, everyone's like, the picks are done. Who gives a fuck? So we're going to be teaching you guys some things about sports betting strategies. When we start getting through the off season a little bit and fantasy football starts coming closer and closer, we're going to talk about some fantasy strategies, draft strategies, the double hero RB, trading strategies, waiver wire strategies, a whole bunch of different shit. Basically just talking about sports in general too. We're going to be reacting to games, more or less like the last couple minutes, especially if it's a big game. There's something cool to watch, whether it's basketball or hockey or the case may be. But I got some topics for Dan that he has not really heard about, and that was planned because I want to get his first time reaction on it. I got a couple topics. So yeah, basically let's just call that first topic that we spoke about with my one Christian McCaffrey pick on every parlay. I'm gonna call that a day buster.
Yep.
So we're going to talk about that a little bit in the future. We kind of just went over it. So if it was for the TikTok, I could have set up and said, this is a day buster, and then went into it. But one of the other ones I wanted to talk about is, so we kind of touched on it a little bit. So Dan, how do we capitalize on straight one leg bets or just straight bets? Because obviously the payout's a little bit different. Do you have a strategy based on how much you're placing on these? Do you have a strategy based on how many one leg bets do you have? Do you have a strategy on if you place a parlay, also betting those legs straight? Like, so what's the straight bet like lowdown? Like, what would you give advice to someone on straight bets for?
So what I would say is you're never, they say first and foremost, unit size, they say is 10% of your bankroll should be what you're putting down. So if you have 500, okay, they're saying your fucking unit size should be what? Is that 50?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, if that's okay. So your unit size should be 50. So my unit size is a little bit more than that. I just to fucking drop the veil, it's 100. I'm always betting to win 100. That's what I like to bet. I think that is for me, it limits my action, which means I'm gonna place less bets and have less liability. So my main strategy is always bankroll management. I'm always going to stay at that 100. Like, hey, this is 100 to win 90. I like this bet. I'm going to play it. For parlays, my unit size is going to be different. I usually only do about 30, 25 to 30 on like a parlay because I know that the odds of hitting a parlay are just significantly lower. So that is really the strategy. And the one thing I want to point out is, like you said the other night, you bet Paul George over in points. You had one bet, which for the past month, you probably had about 3 to 6 bets on any given night.
On a night.
Did you enjoy it less when you had one bet?
Honestly, I enjoyed it more because I actually sat there and watched the game. When I have 6 bets on, I can't watch every game.
No, you can't. So, and if you're using this as a little tool to make a little extra money, buy a space heater for your cold ass house,
and I did.
There's nothing wrong with that. Also, if you're fucking watching a game with your boys and you want to throw fucking $25 on a game, do it. But if you're doing this for the long haul, if you're doing this to make money, bankroll management is my number one strategy. Keep your unit size uniform, okay? Unless you feel fucking great about a spot, you keep it uniform, okay? If I'm feeling froggy and I'm feeling good, like I knew Michigan and I knew Washington was going to win. I felt really good about that.
Portnoy put $1 million on both.
Right. He's psychotic. If I ever have 200 million, maybe I put $1 million down on something. But hey, besides the point, I felt really good about it. I knew that from the data, I knew that they were going to win. I thought Texas was the weakest team by far in the playoff. And I thought Alabama was the second weakest team. I think Michigan's going to win straight up. So what I did was I took Michigan to beat Washington in the final. Okay. That's a plus 550 ticket. Okay. I felt very confident about that, so I put 150 on that. I felt good about that, so that's what I did. Okay. Now, straight up, I had Michigan for quite a bit of money. I think totaling like 3 different books, I had like $500 on Michigan. I thought they were going to win. I thought they were the best side. So that is like the most that I'll spike, and I have to have good information to spike my unit that much. But beyond that, if we're looking to stay in the game and you're looking to make money, bankroll management, keep it uniform, and limit your exposure. Okay. If you like 10 games, I want you to take that list. I want you to dial it back to your 5 best plays, your 4 best plays. And then I want you to place those bets. Okay. Because if you're not feeling great about a pick, there's no reason to open the liability. I'd rather go fucking 3-1 than fucking 4-3 or 4-4. Like, I don't want that. I don't, no thanks on that.
What do you think about this comment that just came through if you're a sports bettor?
So
it says Baker gets $1 million for winning NFC South this weekend by beating
Panthers. Love it. I think Baker's going to go fucking ham this week. And this is actually, I don't know if you want to break into what we have planned for this, for the topics for this week 18, but week 18, we're looking at guys that are going to hit their guarantees by doing certain things. Like I think Jake and I actually talked earlier about Devin Singletary, and he has to get 80 scrimmage yards to get like $100 or $300,000 bonus. So you can probably bet your fucking ass that he's going to be out there fucking doing everything he can to get that.
And can I ask you a question?
Yeah, absolutely.
So based on those incentives too, because I remember I watched a video of Gronk and Brady talking, and Gronk goes to Brady. He goes, "I need 2 more to hit my incentive."
Mm-hmm.
And so Brady's like, "All right, I got you." Let me ask you a question. Do coaches give a fuck about players' incentives or no?
Absolutely. Actually, great fucking question. Great timing for that question. I was listening to the fucking Pat McAfee show on the way home today, and Pat McAfee was talking about the Bills were playing the Colts like week 17, and guys needed 6 catches, 4 catches to hit their incentives, and the coaches were drawing up plays for those guys to hit. Now, this isn't going to fucking work on any other on any team. Okay. If you're fucking betting San Francisco, if you're betting Christian McCaffrey to fucking go over 100 yards this week, you're fucking dumb. Okay. But if your team is in a spot where that player is going to play the majority of the game and he has incentives to hit, he is going to be game planned for.
Do you know what's crazy about this? Being my first ever week 18 sports betting.
What?
I'm realizing this is the only week where players in the NFL actually care about their stats as much as we do, and players in the NFL actually have an over to get over.
Oh yeah.
That
and they gotta hit it. And if they don't hit it, I mean, look at that. Look at that comment. Pop it up one more time. Baker gets $1 million if they win the NFC South. Do you think that he's going to be like, I don't need that million, I'm good on that? No, the motherfucker wants to make $1 million based off of that.
That's, I mean, we talk about sports betting odds. So like, it's like taking a money line over a player prop. So you can take a player prop of him to get a certain amount of completions, or you can do something else to get the money line. Dan, can you do me a favor? Can you turn me down a little bit on your computer? Because there's like a echo.
Yeah,
just a little bit. But yeah, so I mean, to win a game, especially get the Panthers, is probably a little bit harder. But so we should. So we're gonna be streaming. Today is what? Today is Wednesday.
Yep.
Oh, should we pull up players' incentives for this week?
Yeah, that was the fucking plan. We're gonna stream on Friday too. But yeah, no, I'm looking at I'm fucking diving into everything right now.
Who's the Thursday game?
There's no Thursday game. We've officially come to the end with the Thursday games.
Oh, that's right. Okay. NFL players incentives week 18. All right, let me screen share this and see if this is legitimate. I can still hear myself, but it's okay. I think we're good.
I got you.
All right. Let's just move the mic back.
Better.
So we got week 18. No. Player incentives. Let me make this a little bigger with a little max zoom. So most fantasy league draft up, blah, blah, blah. Houston Texans skill position. Texans can lock up a playoff spot if they win Saturday. That's on the line for Devin Singletary and Dalton Schultz. So Schultz will receive a $250,000 bonus if he gets to 60 receptions this year, and he enters week 18 with 54. So he needs 6 receptions. So Dan, here's another question for you. How affected are these players' lines based on this information being public knowledge?
They're affected. They're definitely going to be juiced a little bit, but we're just looking for the best information. It doesn't matter how affected they are. We're still going to bet them. I actually, like I just mentioned, I like Devin Singletary for over his rushing line this week.
Let me read his stats real quick.
Yeah.
Where's Singletary? Playoff appearance in this line. He enters the game against the Colts at 1,026 yards. If he gets to 1,100, so he needs 84.
Yeah, and that's just scrimmage yards. So his rush. Yeah, I mean that's a sweet little bonus right there. But his rushing line's like 61 this week. I like that over. I think he's going to get there. Again, we're just playing that bonus, but we're also playing on the fact that the Colts rush defense is usually not very good. They had a really good game last week. I guarantee they won't fucking follow it up this week. And I think Houston's going to get on top of them anyways. I think they're the better team. I think they'll win. So give me Singletary. I have to look more into Schultz. I don't like that so far. I think 6 for a tight end is a lot.
So what do you think about Odell Beckham Jr. needing 5 receptions for $250K?
I think Odell is a money-hungry fuck, and he's definitely going to want to catch 5 balls. Now, here's what I like about this. The Ravens have no reason to play football this week, so they're going to trot him out. They're going to try to get him exactly 5 receptions, and then as soon as he gets 5, he's going to be trotted off the field. So I wouldn't touch any yardage on him. I would just strictly play receptions. If he's at 4.5 receptions, fucking play the over. If he's at 5.5, play the under. He's not going to get over 5.
Okay.
And if he does, we're going to clip that, and I'm going to talk about how much of an asshole I am. Go ahead.
That sounds fantastic.
I will.
DeAndre Hopkins for week 18
Yep.
Is lining the form of 750,000 worth of incentives. If he gets $250K for reaching 75 receptions. He has 68. So he needs 7 receptions for $750K. 1,050 yards. He has 1,011. And 8 TDs. He has 6. He needs all those for $750K?
Yeah, but he gets $250 per. So he gets $250K for per. So if I don't know what kind of receiving yards he's at,
and he's playing the Jags.
I would probably say receptions and yards would be the one. There's little they can do to get him 2 more touchdowns. That offense is really not great so far, but I would be curious to look at his yards and reception line, because those are the things that he could do to get there. The Titans have no playoff hopes whatsoever, so why not?
And then we wrap it up with Baker. These might be the only ones, I'm assuming?
They might be the only ones that the Athletic wants you to know about, but we have the inside information on this shit, so don't worry about it.
Okay, props to bet this weekend in all 16 games.
Right.
Let's see who else we got. List of incentives: Ravens, Odell, Dalton Schultz, Devin Singletary. Gardner Minshew will receive $2 million bonus for playing more than 60% of the team's offense. Okay, whatever the fuck, that's great.
So he'll play. Yeah, he'll play the whole game.
Running back Joe Mixon can earn $100,000 bonus with 2 rushing touchdowns, which I don't really like.
Not against the Browns defense. No, not at all. No.
Flacco receives $75,000 for every win with the Browns, so that's why he's been fucking balling.
Yeah, he's like, I get that cash, baby.
He's like, bro, I'm slinging this shit so my kids can fuck. My kids can go to college. I don't even need this money.
Goddamn right.
Baker
baby.
For the mill. Mike Gesicki gets 300 snaps. So Elliott gets 50,000 for every game he plays. He needs 252 yards in the final game to get a $375,000 bonus.
He ain't getting that.
No, that's
they're playing who are they playing? The Jets? He ain't getting that.
Yeah, no, he's not Christian McCaffrey.
No.
Josh Reynolds, $250K with 6 receiving touchdowns. He has 6. Also needs 36 receiving yards to unlock another $250K. So I mean, if his under is low, that's not bad. 36 receiving yards.
Wait. He hit He already hit his touchdown.
He hit the touchdowns, and then he needs
39
36
yards.
receiving yards for 250.
Oh, okay,
that's pretty low.
Hey, we're gonna write that one down. I'm gonna jot that one
down. Matheson. I always forget if it's Matheson or Madison. Madison needs 91 rushing yards for $250,000. I don't think he can do that without incentive.
Who they playing?
The Lions are playing the Vikings.
Yeah, but the Lions have no reason to win that game. I'm almost positive.
That's true. They're going to sit all their starters too. Okay, yeah, that's not a bad one. Falcons incentives. Whatever the fuck the Falcons. I'm not even looking at. No incentives for the Commanders or Cowboys. Austin Eckler needs 110 receiving or rushing yards to net 100K, which he's not doing. Are you fucking out of your mind against the Chiefs? No, he's not doing that. He can't even get 7 fucking fantasy points. You think he's getting 110 receiving yards? Oh, or rushing.
So
is that combined though, or no? He has to hit one.
I don't know. That's kind of an interesting one, but it'd be interesting to see what his rushing receiving line is on Prize Picks. So I'm going to jot that one down as well.
But let me ask a question too for incentives. If he didn't need this incentive and they had a playoff spot, I don't think they do. Would he even be playing?
No.
So they're willing to let him risk injury for this incentive if it was a playoff team.
Yeah, I think exactly. If they were okay, here's the thing. I'm sorry, I answered that question wrong. I don't think that if the Chargers were in line for the playoffs already, that he wouldn't be playing at all.
I figured. Just
because they would say incentives at that point mean shit because you want to go to the playoffs to win a Super Bowl. That's the point.
Yeah. Oh my God. Well, that's a terrible line. Tight end Tyler Higbee can earn 125 if he gets 5 more receiving yards. So, I mean, that's never going to be a line. So there's no point in that.
Mm-hmm.
Slayton just needs a catch for $2.5 million. I mean,
for $2.5
million. Yeah, it's like a fucking. We're over here trying to sports gamble. This dude's like, throw me the ball.
Yeah, give me a fucking catch. I'm going to look at Slayton.
I mean, honestly, that's not bad for the over because say if he gets, or for targets, because you can bet targets, right? I'm pretty sure, right?
You can bet targets.
Yeah, so if he gets fucking 5 targets and then he needs him to get 1 and he's going to get the ball, I mean, if that's the line, I don't know. That's a crazy
I actually think if he only needs one, I actually think if he only needs 1 catch, I'm going to take his fucking line under like a motherfucker. Because the Eagles aren't, he's not playing the whole game.
Yeah,
Eagles don't need that one either, I don't think. Or if
so do Jordan Love will earn 500K if the Packers make the playoffs, and I think they need this. They have to win and they're in.
Yeah. So it could be a nice little, but you know what? I actually like the Bears in this spot anyway. So Bears are hot
Dante Foreman for 2 touchdowns for 100K.
Yep.
I like this segment. If Seahawks make the playoffs, Geno Smith will earn a $2 million incentive. The Seahawks have 3 passes. They need to win. They can tie and Green Bay loses, and they can tie and Green Bay and New Orleans loses.
So they need to win and Chicago to win.
They got to win that one.
Yeah, there ain't no fucking way. I don't know that. I mean, they obviously could win, but I don't know if they get in. Oh, what do we got for Buffalo?
Defensive safety. Michael Hyde, Jordan Poyer, and Leonard Floyd.
Go down. What are you doing? Go back down, motherfucker.
What?
Fucking Leonard Floyd. He's been a sack machine all season.
He receives bonuses for eclipsing 8, 10, and 12 sacks. He has 9.5 on the season.
So listen, I'm telling you that he's probably at half a sack for this game. Give me that.
Oh yeah, for sure. Put the fucking house on it.
Yeah, because Tua is he gets the ball out quick, but that line loves to eat Tua's fucking lunch.
I like that one too.
Yeah, I like that. Micah Hyde, Jordan Poyer gotta play. Poyer's going to be an interception hawk because he needs another interception to get 250. So maybe Poyer to get a fucking little interception.
Can earn 250,000 with another interception and an additional 50,000 for 2 interceptions. I mean, that's a tough one though.
Even for one, he's a ball hawk anyways. He's got interceptions this year. He'll fucking get one.
Can you hear that stiff car alarm outside?
Yeah, a little bit, but it's okay. It's not that bad.
Welcome to my sports betting kingdom where people are stealing fucking catalytic converters while I'm placing sports bets.
Hey, listen, you got to pass inspection, baby.
So Jake Watson said just through... Dude, what the fuck? Shut up, you shit! I don't think I live here. Just threw down a safe 2-leg for Tampa with points and Schultz yards at line at 42. Both have the incentives.
Oh,
Schultz's
like
yard line's at 42. What did he need? 60?
I think he needs like 60 or something.
Bro, is someone robbing cars out there, bro? Give me a second.
Probably.
Dan, hold it down.
Okay, I'll hold it down. So, anyways, yeah, no, Jake, I really like that pick. I think Schultz is looking good. Here's the thing that I'm going to attack. That Reynolds line, Odell, I'll probably put like a little lotto ticket parlay together. Probably going to hit. I'll probably do it. Yeah, why not? Let's fucking get wild this week, buddy. Let's do this. Let's take Floyd for a sack. Okay. Let's take Reynolds, or let's take Odell to get 6 receptions. Let me get Eckler rush receiving for the over. And I'd look for Slayton for the under, get Schultz on the yards, and fucking put a little lotto ticket together. Might be a great fucking, that might be a great fucking time. And if you're looking to have action on all these games, you might as well fucking throw a little lotto ticket together and fucking roll with it. I think Floyd will definitely get a sack. I think he's been a fucking monster. I never thought he was going to be this good this year, but I think he's going to be fucking fantastic. I'd be interested to see, Rock, you want to pop up prize picks for some of these lines? I know you got to go, but
no, you're good.
Let me fucking
prize. No, we got some time.
Yeah,
I'm gonna be out here at 7:30, guys. I got a hockey game tonight, but prize picks. I'm fucking sitting here and I just hear a car alarm going off, and I'm like, these fucking idiots. And I hear 2 going off, and I'm like, did someone just hit 3 cars on my block, or what the fuck's going on?
It's probably your fucking brother.
I wish it was. I would have smacked him. Little schmack. You ever give your brother a schmack?
Yeah, you don't think I've smacked around my brother before?
I need to give your brother some shmoney.
Yeah, he's hot. He's like, where's my cash, man? I won that fair.
Oh yeah, by the way, Dan's brother did beat me in fantasy, so it's the trophies in Buffalo. Oh, and then the dude Kobe who was in here last week. The dude Kobe who was in here last week, he won our NFT holder fantasy championship last year, and he won it again this year. I'm so mad, dude.
Back to back. That's brutal.
Yeah, it was brutal as fuck.
Yeah.
Let me screen share prize picks real quick.
Yeah, let's get into some of these lines real quick. Do
you want some prizes or you want some fucking picks here? All right, give me a player that we were looking at. Give me a player we were looking at for the incentives.
See if they got Reynolds. Go Reynolds first.
Like, nope.
They don't have him up at all.
No, we don't.
Let's move. We'll probably have to move this to fucking. Yeah, we'll probably have to move this to Friday. Let's do this Friday. But give me Nico Collins. I like that. I like that over there.
Where's Nico?
Yeah, I like that over there. I think that's pretty solid. He's gonna. They're projecting a lot of points for that game. I really, 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 really like Houston players in that. Singletary, Nico Collins. I like that. Stroud. I like there. And Michael Pittman on the other side of the ball.
What does Singletary need? Rushing yards?
Yeah, he needs 61.5. I like that a lot.
What's he need for the incentive?
I believe he needs like 80 scrimmage yards.
Okay. Yeah, we're gonna ride with little.
We might look at a rush receiving for him. I don't know if they got that up because look at that. He needs 80. He needs 80 yards. They got it at 81.5. They know what the fucking deal is. They fucking know.
Bang it.
Yeah, look for Odell. Let's look at Odell.
When's his game? Because I don't think he's playing. I don't think it's up yet. I mean,
just check.
It's not up yet.
What about Slayton?
Darius?
Is it just the fuck? Yeah,
that's the Thursday game.
Slayton is Sunday. Yeah.
What's it called? Dude, the crazy thing is you're asking for hockey picks tonight. Fucking look how sad this is. Shots on goal, not combo. Shots on goal. There's only fucking 2 games tonight.
Oh, you don't have anything for that?
If anybody likes my picks tonight, I'm rocking with Tavares, and then where's the other one I was rocking with? What did Ovi have against the Penguins last night? Pops was at that game 4 because he was playing Crosby. Fuck him. And then I liked Marner, who I don't think is on here. Marner. Oh, there you go. Tavares and Marner together. That's exactly what I was going to take. 6.5 combined. What did Tavares have last fucking game? I do. He needs 3.5. Yeah, no, I like that a lot.
Damn. Okay.
Yeah, I would take that more. 6.5 combined. That's exactly the 2 players I was looking for too. That's pretty shot that they have that on there. But yeah, so we'll get into those incentive picks. But really quick, Dan, break down a little bit other than incentives. Is there anything else you're targeting in this nasty week 18? Yeah, there's not many lines, Jake. I see it too.
Yeah, no, I don't. Right now, I'm still trying to nail down the effective strategy for this week. It takes me a little bit longer because, yes, we have to work through incentives. But when I'm running the model, the data changes quite a bit because now we're cycling in new players. So I have to adjust power ratings and shit. So there's a lot of shit that goes into this. But Friday, I'll have a better picture of everyone who's going to play. I'll have factored in what kind of incentives we need, and we'll have those lines up. Now, listen, if Odell needs fucking 6 receptions and their line is 6.5, I'm gonna play the fucking under.
Yeah.
So we're gonna be smart about this. But also, here's what I would like you to do: the games that are for playoff positioning that the teams are gonna play, you're gonna be cautious, okay? But the games that are not for playoff positioning, okay? Those are the games that we're going to look to attack because less money will be on those games. So those lines will be unsharpened. Let's just put it that way. You're going to have a lot of lines that don't have sharp money on them, and we're going to be able to attack them. There's going to be some that are off, and we're going to fucking attack the fuck out of them for that. You'll probably see a limited fucking amount of plays this week because we want to keep it smart. But yeah, definitely probably won't be giving out 15 picks there. Probably looking at about 7 to 6 to 7 somewhere in there. But we're gonna be really smart this week, and there's gonna be a lot of plus money this week. Let's just put it that way. There's a lot of plus.
Hey, can I ask you a question?
That we're gonna attack. Yeah.
Was last week our first parlay of the day that didn't hit?
Yeah,
I think it was. So we do this thing that's exclusively for Instagram. It's called our parlay of the day. If you would like to tail it with us, it is exclusively on Degen Fantasy Premium on Instagram. And basically what we do is we put all our exclusive picks out on there, and our parlay of the day, this was the week before. I don't think I made the graphic for did I have the graphic for last week's? I think I do. But this is our week before this previous week. This is our last hitting parlay of the day. It was 50 to win 400. We give out these parlay of the day picks on Instagram exclusively. If you guys would like to join, we do this exclusively through Instagram. It's $10 per week or $30 per month. We've compared every other sports book and tried to keep our prices as low as they can. Helps us give back to you guys with content. We're doing a lot of giveaways. We're doing a giveaway right now for a signed autographed Brian Robinson Jr. limited edition rookie card. I got that upstairs, and we're giving that away to members on this premium IG, as well as you get our exclusive picks. Our hits and misses are always going to be displayed. We're never going to sit here and act like, oh my God, look, we only hit 3 bets, even though we gave you 15 and not talk about them. If you have any questions, any thoughts, anything you want to talk about, hit us in the DM. We're going to have all of our members' choices of the week, so it won't be our picks, but if you want to tail off people that are on there as well with us, you're more than welcome to. And you get a discount if you do it monthly. You will get $10 off instead of doing $40 per week. If you guys are interested, more than welcome to come join. If not, by all means, just keep joining in and checking out our stream. We'll have a decent amount of picks every stream, but our favorite picks will not be displayed on Instagram. I mean, on YouTube and Twitch, just because you want to give value to our members. And also, guys, I run an NFT project, by the way. We give away flat screen TVs, a whole bunch of shit. So I got really good at giveaways. So we're going to be giving back to the community. I reinvest all of our NFT money into the holders. We brought people to Miami. We brought people to Vegas. We've done a whole bunch of cool shit. So you want to check that out. It's called reptilelines.com. Other than that, I think I got to leave early tonight, guys, because I got a hockey game, but I got about like 15 minutes here. I got a question for you. So have you heard about this new basketball sports betting trend?
No. Give it to me.
I'm going to try that one more time. Have you heard about this new basketball sports betting trend? So you say no immediately after. Have you heard about this new basketball sports betting trend?
No.
Okay, so the new trend is this. Everyone is riding unders. And also, I went against it last night, and I took an over on Paul George, and I hit. But everyone's doing parlays with unders, and they're hitting. And the tickets obviously don't look what you usually think. It's all under. And it's like pretty viral right now. What do you think about that for basketball, whether it's rebounds or scoring points?
Okay, so this isn't like a new strategy. I think people are really...
No, it's not a new strategy, but it's viral right now.
Yeah, so that okay, so this isn't like a new thing though. Unders hit more than overs. Just so you guys are aware, you're getting a better percentage of bets that are going to hit on an under than an over. There's a reason why you like the overs. People like cheering for, oh shit, he's got 90 yards, he could get 100. You don't want to fucking be cheering against the dude to get fucking 70 yards the whole fucking game. You know, then you're freaking out. There's way more of a rush to it, by the way. If you're looking for a little rush, feel alive. But yeah, this isn't going to end well. All those people hitting these under parlays are eventually going to lose everything that they bet because you have a 50% chance. Sometimes you get lucky, you get hot. Like, hey, look, you're talking to the hot boys over here. We were hot, okay? But I respect it. Respect the hustle. If you're using proper data, using proper fucking proper bankroll management and hitting these under parlays, I love it. If you're just fucking throwing them out there and you think they're going to hit, I think you're dumb.
Speaking of, so we were talking about, he said you have a 50% chance of hitting, like, yes or no for over or under. So I wanted to break this down based on my experience this week. But with legs of a parlay, so any bet you have, if it's straight up, you have a 50% chance of hitting. If it's either going to go over, it's going to go under. There's not a third option, fourth option, whatever the case may be. As you go down and add more legs, we broke down the percentages of each type of parlay. So a 2-leg parlay, obviously you break 50 and a half, it's fucking 25%. As you keep going, 16% chance of hitting for 3-leg parlays. And the green symbolizes your chance of hitting. As you go into 4, 5, 6-leg parlays, your chance of hitting extremely diminishes. But we were also looking at what you should take, because there's this example I use about movie popcorn. In the movie theaters, they incentivize you to spend more money. It's a marketing tactic. So what they'll do is they will take a small and a large for popcorn size and say, hey, this is what we're selling. And they want you to spend the most money, right? So what they do is they add in the medium, not because they want to give you another choice of sizing, because they want to incentivize you to buy the large. So say if the small is $4 and the large is $6.75, they're going to make a medium be costed at like, it's going to be priced at $6.25 or $6.50. And what you're going to do is this. You're going to sit there and you're going to go, I don't really want a small, so I'm going to get a medium. And then you look at the medium and it's $6.25, and then the large is $6.75. You're going to think to yourself, well, I mean, for 50 more cents, I might as well just get a large. They just incentivized you to buy a large without you really thinking about it. It's a marketing tactic. So we were taking that kind of analogy, and we're looking at between 4, 3, 5, and 6-leg parlays based on the percentages. If you're placing a 4-leg parlay at 12.5%, you're probably, I mean, let's grant you can hit 4-leg parlays, and obviously the percentages is you're more likely to hit it than a 5-leg parlay. But odds are, if you're going to have a 4-leg parlay and you have something that you're very confident in, you might as well just add that last confident leg to that 5-leg parlay, because you're only losing a 2.5% advantage on that bet hitting. I would not recommend that from a 2-leg to a 3-leg. I would not recommend that from a 3-leg to a 4-leg. But like so Dan was saying, we'll talk about what you said about 6 legs at 8.3%.
Yeah, so and this is pretty. Maybe our percentages are a little tiny bit under what they would be, but I think a 6-leg. If you're betting a 6-leg, that's a lotto ticket, anyways. Take that 6-leg up to 10. Fucking get wild with it. It'll be fun. Just fucking do it. Take your, there's no reason to bet just a 6-leg. Odds are it's not going to hit anyways. But if you have 10 plays you really like, fucking throw them on there. Don't be afraid to fucking go for it. I do a thing where I actually do a lotto ticket, and then I like distill it down. What are my more confident plays? Then I'll do a 4-leg. Then I'll take that 4-leg and I'll split it to 2. And then I'm playing straight bets on everything. I think that's probably the smartest play when it really comes down to it. Again, we're limiting our unit size on those. We're limiting our dollars spent on those 4 and 6 leg parlays, those 10 leg parlays. And then when we hit the 2s, we're going to up the money. And then when we go straight, we're going to up the money even more. So, yeah, if you're going to bet a 6 leg, just fucking bet a 10 leg. There's really no difference, especially percentage wise. Like, just fucking roll with it, guys. And then, a 4 leg, I like a good 4 leg, but hey, if I throw a little 5-legger in there, get more bang for the buck. If I hit, you might as well, right?
I agree. It sounds like someone's getting murdered downstairs. I'm sorry. Yeah, no, I truly agree. So, I mean, obviously, this is pretty much common knowledge, but a lot of people just think about it and they don't really visualize it. I thought it'd be cool to put onto a screen so everyone can look at it. Again, guys, if you want to check us out on Instagram, more than welcome to. It's at Degen Fantasy Premium on IG. If you want to get in, request a follow, and I will DM you with the instructions. Basically, it's just going to be like, hey, if you want to get in, you got to shoot a Venmo to one of us. And then once we see the Venmo come through, we'll authorize you access for the week. And if you ever want to stop at any point, we will kindly remove your following, and then you're good.
Yep.
Anything else? I do have another question for you.
Yeah.
Before we get rolling. Is my Wi-Fi tweaking?
Yeah, a little bit.
Oh, it's tweaking.
Yeah, you're making a ridiculous face right now, too.
Am I?
Yeah, it's good. You look like you're about to suck a dick.
Damn. You still hear me?
I can hear you fine. You're not moving at all.
Oh, what the fuck? Can you still hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you. Can you hear me?
Okay. Well, yeah, I can hear you, and my computer's completely frozen, which is absolutely phenomenal, ladies and gentlemen. So that's about how our week's been. Welcome to Fantasy. Jesus Christ. Yeah. Listen, I got a twirling button, so you're gonna have to fill it out. Dan, are you still on screen?
Yeah, I'm still on screen, buddy.
Okay, cool. So hoping that this is still displayed. I have not seen the number run. I got a question for you.
Yeah.
Fantasy bust of the year. Who's your fantasy bust of the year?
Fucking Bijan Robinson.
Yep.
I hope I'll never put him on another team again. Diggs is a close second for me. I think he had a horrible fucking year this year.
I agree. And I will give mine to Tony Pollard. Let me check if the stream's still up. Tony Pollard actually looked like shit. He looked terrible. And like everyone was hyping him up in the offseason.
Yeah.
Like, Tony Pollard. I'm assuming we're not live anymore. Hold on.
It says live still.
Nope, we're live. It's just listen, I'm a mime, okay? So this is I'm just locked in. So I'm just gonna keep rolling with it. Fuck it. I got 10 more minutes, and this is how it's gonna look. So
we'll call we'll fucking call it here. Let's fucking
I can't even Dan, I don't think you understand. I cannot end the stream.
You can't end the stream at all?
All right, so we'll just give closing thoughts. Yeah, so listen, this week coming up for week 18, even though you can't see my beautiful face, you got a nice little screen grab of me, like, shocked looking at somebody who just walked in.
Just getting ready to slurp some penis right there.
Yep, that's your boy, Rookie Bets. Yeah, so this has been Degen Fantasy. Check us out on Friday. We're gonna have all those incentive bets for you. And follow us on TikTok. Our TikTok's at Degen Fantasy. On Twitter, it's misspelled. I realized yesterday. It's at DGEN Fantasy Bets. If you want to check that out, missing an E. If you want to check us out on Twitch, it's at Degen Fantasy. And if you want to check us out on Instagram, it's at Degen Fantasy Premium. Yeah, TikTok's been doing well. And I'm going to unplug my computer from the wall. And hopefully the stream saves. I'm just gonna close out the Chrome tab. So yeah, Dan, any final thoughts?
No, guys. We're Friday's gonna go much better than this. All right, we were jigs from the start tonight, but we'll get it back on track. Thanks for tuning in, guys. I appreciate it.
Yeah, real quick before I let you guys run. On top of this, I'm hearing car alarms going on outside. It sounds like someone's getting murdered downstairs. And the whole house was shaking, and now my Wi-Fi is frozen. So I'm going to sum that up to the Reverend that lives downstairs, not having a mental conniption on his family. I don't know what the fuck's going on. This has been Degen Fantasy. Check us out on all platforms, and we'll catch you next week with some. Next week? Not even Friday. Catch you Friday. All right, I can't close it, so I'm gonna close the tab. All right, force quit.
Goodbye, guys. Later.
Can you still hear me?